I do not know the topic for the speech I am about to deliver. I am going to get my topic now. This is the first and only time I am recording this video. Okay, so I need to change it to 3 topics. Generate speech topics. Okay. Happiest encounter you have ever experienced. Standardized national or state education testing in golfers. Okay, I'm gonna go with the happiest encounter you've ever experienced. Okay. 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 What is one of the happiest encounters that you can think of? What first came to mind when I heard of this topic was when I got my car. So I got my mom's old car, and it was a 2012 black Nissan Altima. I love my car to death. It has a cute little butterfly sticker on it. It's adorable. It's like my favorite thing. It's definitely like the car I would drive. I feel like it fits me so well. And I remember when I first got my license and I was driving the car, I used the car that I am driving now as the car I took my test in. And I was driving there, and the instructor looked at me and he was like, "Do you want to hear the good news or the bad news first?" And I was like, "Bad news." And he was like, "Well, you didn't get a perfect score." And I was like, "Okay." And then he was like, "But the good news is you passed." And so I like ran out to my mom, and like she had my siblings there, and then I drove us to Target. But I remember sitting there like driving my car, and I was like, "This is like my car, like this is my like." You know, like I was so thankful that my mom gave it to me because I got it for free, because you know that was just like my graduation present for high school, and it was like, "Here's your car," and I was just so thankful and happy in that moment. And I remember when I got home, all I wanted to do was drive. So I had like my playlist ready to go that I have on Spotify, and I went for my drive, and that was one of like the most like life-changing moments I think I can say, is because every time I'm mad I go for a drive in my car. Like that's how I de-stress, that's how I get over everything, any problems I have. I just like go sit in my car. And that was like just such a new experience for me to be able to like just drive and like be in my own like little world. And I remember when I first got in that car and I was just by myself and there was no one else with me, and it was like mine. It was such a like happy moment for me, because I was like, this is like a new life and I can do whatever I want. I can go anywhere I want. And I had my playlist ready, and I remember I had Lana Del Rey in there, and because that was like, I've always listened to her, and I feel like she shaped me into some of the person I am today. So I definitely had her on there. I had just like songs that reminded me of like when I was little, just like songs that I loved as a kid, and just brought me back nostalgia. And I like drove around like the neighborhood I grew up in, and like, you know, seen things I've seen for over 10 years, and it's just driving in my car gave me just a new perspective on how I saw everything, and it still does. And that's why, you know, I go drive in my car when I'm like going through stuff. So I feel like getting my new car was definitely one of the most, happiest moments and happiest memories I can think of. And just because it still makes me happy today, I think it's one of the things that like I'm so grateful for every time I go into my car. And then especially if something like happens to it that makes it like go wrong, like if I like the fender broke off and I was just devastated, even though it was like such an easy fix. I just think that my car just brings me so much happiness. I'm so grateful that I have it and that it was like given to me. So I just think this car really just is one of like the more like happiest things that I have in my life. So I'm really grateful for it, and yeah, thanks so much.